My three favorite albums of all time. Number one, from the mid 60s, The Velvet Underground and Nico. The debut album by the legendary The Velvet Underground. That's my favorite album ever. The collective work of Lou Reed, John Cale, Sterling Morrison, and Mo Tucker. Brian Eno said that is an album few people bought copies, but those few people who bought copies of the album all went and made bands. So in a certain way, we are saying that although the album sold very few copies, it was massively popular. It's an album, if I remember well, from 66, 67, supposedly produced by Andy Warhol, although the reality is that Warhol was just in a spirit and he just put the money for the recording. It's an album that has a lot of influence in a lot of genres. It is an influence on proto-punk music, in punk music, in post-punk music, in gothic rock, in alternative music, even in so-called country music, country rock. So that's my favorite album all time. Number two, I would say Pet Sounds, also a late 60s album. Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, although it is named as a Beach Boy album. The truth is that it's almost entirely the work of Brian Eno, who was the main composer and who has to front adversity. The rest of the Beach Boys were not so in agreement with the musical direction. Brian Wilson was pointing towards a more mature way of composing. He was integrating orchestral elements. He was in a face-to-face rivalry with the Beatles. So it was really a tough evolution from the surf, girls and cars that the Beach Boys were accustomed their listener to. So obviously the rest of the band were afraid of this new direction. It wasn't surf and pop music anymore. It was, as Brian Wilson said, a teenage symphony to God. So it was really new territory. It was really groundbreaking. And although when the record came out, it received lots of negative critics, as years passed by, the legendary status of the album keep growing and growing and growing even more. So now it's considered one of the best albums ever. My third favorite album, it's called Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, obviously by the Sex Pistols, an album from 1977, I think. And although it's not, let's say, the most representative punk album, because we have albums from other punks band like The Damned, like Wire, like The Stranglers, like The Jam. It was Nevermind the Bollocks that made the biggest splash, that caused the biggest stress in the media, in the society. And I guess that Nevermind the Bollocks really gave the face of punk towards massive media, towards society. It's really the face of punk. And also it accomplished something that I guess no other punk band accomplished at the time. It was produced by Chris Thomas, really experienced producer who worked before with the Beatles, with Roxy Music, with John Cale, with Pink Floyd. So Chris Thomas really gave this massive, powerful production to a punk band that perhaps out of the studio didn't sound so menacing, so powerful. And thanks to the production of Chris Thomas, it gave them a really professional, infectious sound. So those are my 3 favorite albums all time. Those are albums I go back to them regularly. Those are my favorite albums ever. And if I one day go to a solitary island, be sure that I will take those 3 albums with me.